Howdy folks, hope everybody's having a good evening. Well, you seen in the previous video where I had the router stand. Okay, what I forgot to mention in the video for the router stand is that the top piece of MDF, it doesn't come with that. I just had scrap MDF laying around. So I made a base for it. So I got these wheels, these casters, and they come with these brackets right here, okay, and then they come with a pack of screws and the wheels. So, and in the pack of screws is a wrench and a bag of screws and nuts. All right, it also comes handy dandy template, but it's got a little dotted line there at the top, so I'm going to proceed to cut that out. And according to this template, it is 1.4 inches from the bottom of the leg. All right, now I don't really know, I'll grab me some tape, and what I'm going to do is, ideally this is supposed to be installed in like wood, so I don't have, this thing's metal, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 10 by 10-16 by 3.4 inch self-tappers, and that takes a got a hex driver here in my drill, and it's an 8mm. So we're going to see how well that works, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a little 1/8 inch pilot hole right here and see if this how well this works. I may have to go up a bit to like a 9/64. I think that's the next size up I got. Alright, so now these legs are, and it even states in the instructions that if you, here are the mounting holes on the bottom here, there's a total of 6, and it says if your piece isn't wide enough to use the 2 center holes. So, you know, it's going to mount like this. Now granted, this table is upside down, so this bracket is, I'm mounting it upside down, or yeah, so it'll be right side up when I flip it over. You know what I mean. So what I need to do is kind of put this into the center. You know, it doesn't state in there that this thing has to be level with the legs. Of course, I know there's an angle on the base, and if I line up the center, you know, to the bottom here, obviously, you know, that center hole is going to be lined up right here, you know, to the center of the peg, if I line it up to the center of the peg. But the other one is going to be off center, and it's going to get awful close to that edge, but you've still got room to put, you know, and these things, I forget what they're rated for. Let's see here. Does this state? Yeah, it's rated for 600 pounds. The router weighs, you know, 65, and then you got the stand here, which probably weighs about 10. So it's nowhere near the 600 pounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape. I'm going to put my finger on the top here and kind of approximate the center. And then I'm going to put a piece of tape on the bottom. Alright. And I'm guessing I should probably put a piece of tape over the bottom. Just to keep it from moving on me. Alright, so you know, these are self-tappers and you don't really need to pre-drill them, but I want to try to make this screw in a little bit easier. Well, there's one hole. There's 2 holes right there. Now, let's see how well these are going to go into that hole. Well, they should. The hole is a bit small, so I think on the next set of holes, I will move up to the 964 bit. Only because what I'm trying to do is get, the tip of this, to go in first, and then let it start threading. But how far? Okay, so I'm looking on the inside of the leg here, and on this first hole, it should go just fine. And I'm hoping there is no issue with, and there shouldn't be. But hey, you know what? They're self-tappers, so worst case, we can unscrew them and, go from there. So let's go ahead and, these ain't the magnet ones. I have a set of magnet ones somewhere. Because that's what happens with the self-tappers. You, on your bits, you go to the hardware store or not Walmart, but like Lowe's or Amazon, get the ones that have the magnets. The magnets in the end of these. And that really saves you a lot of grief and dropped screws. Because they constantly, like they have done 3 times now, like to fall out. Okay, so we got it through the hole there. Okay, so we got that one in. We're going to line it up to our bottom hole. Put our handle up. Okay. Now, what we can do is that wheel should be facing parallel to the ground. And I really don't even think that matters. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before. But let's get a nut and kind of stick our wheel through here. And it's going to swivel no matter what. And you might want to put some like blue Loctite or something on these. But okay, so that'll give it about 3/4 inch and it locks, I'm guessing. Once it has pressure on it. Yeah. Alright, so there is one screw. Now, if you are concerned about weight, which like I stated, in this case, these screws are rated for 600 pounds, or these wheels, brackets, whatever. You can go ahead, there's plenty of room on this bracket here, especially towards the top, to run a 3rd screw in. I don't really think it's going to need it though. So honestly, I'm not going to mess with it at this point. What I'll do is go ahead and get my center one lined up over here. And it helps to put the right side up. the only other concern I guess I would have would be making sure this thing is level. I didn't bring my little levels in the house, and I'm too lazy to go in there and get it. So we are not going to put that on. And is that going to be, well, it looks to be about the same spots. So now, you know, you could always, if you're worried about your bit walking, let me, I got a little doohickey in here. Harbor Freight special. What don't I get at Harbor Freight? Well, Harbor Freight and Amazon. Okay, here's a little punch. You know, you just put it in the center of your hole. And give it a little punch. And that should help keep your bit from walking. Oh, and make sure that when you're drilling, you're holding onto this leg for, you know, to support it. Your finger is not behind where your hole is going to be, because you'll drill right through your finger. Trust me, I think I've done that before. Not drill through my finger, but pretty close. And that's smart. All right, so we need two more little screws here. You know what? I probably should have changed that darn bit. I forgot to change it. Well, we'll do that on the next ones. You know, we'll put a different bit in there and see if that makes drilling a tad easier. I don't think it's gonna matter, but I think I just stick with the 1/8 inch bit. It's a pretty common size bit. So, not drop it. No, I can't stress the need for the magnetized okay, that is good and tight. Alright, so we've got two on. I'll move this stuff to my chair here. And actually, while we're standing right here, we'll go ahead and put our wheels back on. And since it includes a wrench, and I will put a link to these wheels in the description after we have turned it back over. I still got to, I haven't drilled my holes yet for the planer, but you really do kind of need two. Well, like I said, a little bit of blue Loctite probably wouldn't be a bad idea. And if you are going to put another wrench up there, well, you're going to need an awful thin one. So I think just a little bit of blue Loctite. I mean, that'll, you know what, let me practice what I'm preaching here, guys. I'll go ahead and take that other wheel back off, and we'll put a little bit of blue. And you don't need much. mean, this stuff will set up, I think it's a couple hours. But we'll let it do overnight, do its overnight thing. So there's that one. Let's take this wheel back off. Like I said, you don't need to go crazy with the Loctite. And if you just put some pressure down on this part where it swivels on the wheel, it'll kind of help you tighten it down. Oh, I just hope this wasn't a waste. Ooh. Okay, so we got that, we got that. Spin it around here. And I am putting these wheels on the longer side, because if you, I think I'm doing it on the longer side. Let me tape measure. Well, where did I put my tape measure? Well, I'll grab another one. I don't know where my favorite one is. I have misplaced it. That side is at 18 3/4. This side is 21. So I'm putting it on the longer side because the planer, the face of it, is sitting on the longer side. I don't think it doesn't matter. You can put it on either way. I think the biggest thing is kind of like lining up this floor piece so you kind of got it in the center. I'll put another piece of tape on here. And we will use our little Punch-O-Matic. That's all right. I would rather it stay right in the center of that hole there. Whoa, that walked. Did it walk? No. So, let's go ahead and mark this one here while we got this thing here. It'd be kind of nice if they, the other, well, minor concern that I have is if it's not quite level, you know, I may have to come back in here and drill these holes out and elongate them a little bit and then put bolts through them. Okay, so we're done with the drill part there. Take the other drill and another bracket. Screw. did walk. It's okay, we'll loosen it up. That's in there tight. And yeah, careful when you're putting your screw on. And you're holding it on the inside. When you drill through, those edges can be kind of sharp. And you know, come to think of it, you could probably put a little bit of Loctite on your self-tappers if you're, see, sharp edges. You know what? They do include lock washers, which are nice. But I've already got the other two on there, and I'm just using the Loctite, and I'm going to run with that. I didn't see them inside the bag, so I didn't use them. Yeah, that this thing here, it won't even fit up inside there. So nice thought, but can't be bleeding out everywhere. Wouldn't be the first time. We're almost done. I don't even know if I've got a shallow wrench that'll fit that. That's okay, because we put Loctite on it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, we have nothing else left in the box. I will keep this hardware because and I'm going to have to get a Band-Aid. But hey, I'm O positive, so if I do bleed out, it's pretty common blood type. Alright, let's take our table down. We'll set it over here. I'll turn you guys around. Let's see if this works. I wonder if it's going to be an epic fail. I'll back you up a little bit here. Okay, so those are down. All right, so to put them up, we just kick down and what have we done? We did the measurements according to their specs. So what am I missing here? So that one went up. That one went up. But these two here, now that one went up. And what is the deal with this one here? Okay, well, it's rolling. Okay. Let's take, and maybe it helps if you got weight on it. So I still got to mount this thing. All right, so this thing from sliding around on me. Okay, well, I mean, they work. They work, but I wouldn't say they're the smoothest. But I was looking for something just like this. So, because a lot of the ones that I seen, they had the mounting base. The mounting base screwed in to the bottom, and I didn't want that because there's not enough base on here. And yes, I know I could have added some 2x4s and screwed those in and mounted all that stuff up, but I was wanting something to mount directly into the side. So, you know, with the weight of the planer on here now, it definitely seems to be helping. And the instructions even state it only raises it off the ground 3/4 of an inch, which it does. You know, now I think part of this may be the flimsiness of the table itself, but it will definitely do as it is intended to do. It will allow me to just kick these feet up. And now it's sitting right on the ground. So that's a win. And like I said, I think part of the problem why it's so flimsy is there's no bracing, you know, along the bottom, and that metal's flexing a little bit. So with that in mind, if you did have something really heavy on it, I definitely would I would put more cross bracing down on the bottom to strengthen those legs up, but I'm not going to, because I'm just going to lift this thing up so I can take it and move it over to there when I'm not using it. I don't know with these wheels on here now, I don't even know if this thing's going to fit through. It might fit through the door. I need to find my freaking good tape measure. I don't know what I did with it. But that door over there is a standard door. And these wheels are 28 inches. So it should roll through the door just fine. No issues there. But I've got a computer and stuff in there, so I don't have a whole lot of space between that desk and the wall. So, but anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. You seen the installation? Pretty straightforward. I think there, and actually, I'm going to No, I'm going to build a miter cart from a miter saw, but I'm going to go with different style wheels with that because I'll have wood underneath them to actually screw the legs too. The rolling wheels. I'll have something underneath them to screw them too, so that'll be fine for that. Yeah, it'll work, man. Like I said, I forget exactly how much these things were. Oh, let me. You can sit there and stare at the pretty planer, and I can tell you here real quick exactly what I paid for those things. Those wheels were $29.29. So there you have it, 30 bucks for 4 wheels. Lifts it off the ground 3/4 of an inch, can support 600 pounds, and it works just fine. So there you have it, guys. Hope you got something out of this, and yeah, on to more and more projects. So I'll be yakking at you guys here soon. Have a good one. See ya.